Is that you? Is this me? Well, I'll be your monkey's uncle. Greetings from the Erie Coast. This is Matt Shad. And this is another episode of the Zoot Report. So that'll be a good one. So, this one is called the pink pill. Yes, the pink pill. So you've heard of the red pill, the blue pill, the black pill. And there's also the pink pill. Yes. Oh, that's the most disturbing one, in my opinion. It's worse than the blue pill. Actually, it's probably really, it's actually, if you take the blue pill and cut it in half, you get the pink pill. The pink pill is in the blue pill, right? It is. I don't know. The red pill, you know, I guess if you look at it from the Matrix standpoint, you know, the red pill is you wake up and you know the truth, right? Blue pill is you stay asleep and carry on with the facade. And the pink pill, oh wow, the pink pill, I don't know. The pink pill, we know what this means, right? I'm not going to spell it out for you. I'm just going to speak frankly. The pink pill is the gay pill. That's right. The G-H-E-Y. Gay. I'm trying to do it in innocuous Asian accent. Oh, you're so gay. Why you so gay? Right? Homosexuality. Trannies, drones, and furries. Whatever. Alternative lifestyles. But that's always been a thing. I mean, you know, it is what it is. It is part of life. It is a part of. Okay. Well, thank you very much. Thanks, guy. Thank you. Homosexuality is in all species, majority of species. Right? If you look at it from a natural standpoint, if a certain species overpopulates an area, this is one of the differences between man and animal. When a species overpopulates an area, it kind of like it culls itself, and homosexuality is rampant because there's less females, I guess, to breed with. I don't know the psychology there in like certain species or whatever, but it is a thing, right? Homo sapien is the only one that doesn't really do that naturally. It is the innate nature of man and woman to breed and have children is very strong, and we will overpopulate an area and then just leave if it's too much. If it's, you know, too overpopulated, we'll just leave and go to another area. We'll migrate. Migration, right? It happens. Homosexuality and Homo sapien has to be introduced and has to be flourished. It has to be cultivated, and that's exactly what happens. Now, throughout history, you know, we've heard the stories of, say, the Greeks and things like that, and you know, a lot of it. They tried it, right? They tried it. It didn't work, and they did it for reasons that obviously didn't work. You know, the Greeks, they said that, well, you know, if our warriors had husbands, right? If our soldiers, who were men, had husbands, they would be more likened to fight to the death and become, to protect their lover, so to speak. Yeah, and no chomo thing was a thing too, where a man would tutor and sponsor a young warrior coming up in the ranks, and it was pretty gay. Yeah, it was definitely some gayness. But homosexuality has always existed, but always like on the fringe. It's not the norm. It's definitely not the norm. Nor is it today. Social media, industry media, would like us to believe, oh my God, everybody's gay, everything's gay, gay, right? That is not true. If that was true, we wouldn't have 9 billion people on this planet. People are always going to breed, right? A man and a woman are always going to get together. They're always going to have sex, and they're always going to have children. You cannot deny the human nature. It's going to happen. Well, sex and lust, greed and all that, that's part of the whole virtues, right? And that's part of it too. Do what you want. I don't care. And to tell you the truth, nobody really cares. I'm going to try to quote Hutch. If your fringe lifestyle, if your fringe lifestyle is what defines you, say you're gay, then you are flawed. There's something wrong with you. A man, a woman is defined by what they do and what they don't do, not by who they sleep with. So historically, being gay was just whatever. Once again, going back to civil virtues. And I forget who it was. Thank you very much in the comments. The societal contract, right? To have a moral and virtuous society, that can't be commonplace. That can't be out in the open. It is, and it's tolerated. Sure. I mean, there's always going to be eccentrics. There were always those. And they were, philosophers, or whatever, artists, theater types. Yes, historically, everyone in theater was pretty much gay. There were no women allowed to be in theater. So yeah, every woman was gay. Was a man. a performer, an actor. There was no actresses. What's it called? Drag. Dressing resembling a girl, or dragging the floor. I have heard that the whole drag queen thing, the drag acronym, was supposed to be like that, but historically it meant to drag the floor with a long gown or something. Anyway, that's expected. Show tunes, things like that. Whatever. There was a place. There was a place for gays, homosexuals, mostly men. Well, female, lesbian thing, whatever. That's fine. Okay, I mean, most men are like, whoa, 2 lesbians. Yeah, that's great. Great idea, right? Be a sandwich in that. No, it's a lifestyle, and it's a fringe alternative lifestyle, which doesn't have to be in my face. But do what you want. But see, now it is promoted, whereas it was just a choice. People did it, and that's it. They just, they were gay. Okay, fine. Great. Coexist with the rest of us. We don't really care. Didn't really care. Nobody really fucking cared. Seriously. They were not a disenfranchised... Well, sometimes they were. They were not a disenfranchised group. They were not a... they were not in danger of... I'm talking about like 80s and 90s. 60s, 50s, 60s, 70s. I'd say about the 50s. Oh, hell, even the 30s. The roaring 20s. It was pretty gay. So... what we see now is the weaponization of the pink pill. We didn't care because our kids were protected until they got into high school, college. College. Kids try things, right? Young adults experiment, sowing their wild oats, whatever. But now it is targeted. The kids as soon as like kindergartners are targeted. If that shit would have happened back in the day, people would come up missing. I'm just saying. I'm just quoting history. Now we have become very tolerant. And they have become emboldened. It is definitely part of the subversion. It is a tactic of Subversion 101. Subversion 101. Demoralization. When you want to take over a country, and you want to do it without actually going kinetic. And it's the best way to do it. It's part of warfare. Subversion. You demoralize and humiliate the society. Therefore, you create destabilization. You have crisis because the destabilization has happened, demoralization, the virtues, the actual virtues and intelligence of a people are eroded by vice and ignorance. I'm ad-libbing a quote there from someone very famous that said that. You have to excuse me. I don't know. I can't quote these names. But I do read them and I do remember them. If you can succeed in destroying the virtues, we talked about that, right? Civil virtues. And the intelligence. Because, let's face it, what we see now with the pink pill is a mental illness. It is a parasite, it is a virus, it is a mental illness that is infected and targeting our children and young and old. Let's just, young and old, right? There's some latent homosexuals out there. I've seen a lot of 80-year-old trainees. Why? Okay, whatever. That's retired, kids are in college, your wife is dead. Time to put on your wife's dress, I guess. I don't know. Make a song out of it. Oh shit. Note to self. Anyway. It's okay. You want to do that shit on your own. You want to be a plumber by day, Mr. Plumber by day, and then by night you're, a French maid. I don't know. Fine, that's cool. You're a grown-ass man. You're a grown-ass woman. Do that. That's fine. Interesting story. Hi, sir. Ma'am. Is the plumber here? No, this is me. This is what I do at night. I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay, right? Hey, that's cool. But once they go for the children, once they make it like commonplace, not commonplace, but out in the open, I don't even care about that. You be out in the open. But when you offend the sensibilities of parents or children, that's where you have a problem. You start over-sexualizing the children. Sexualizing period of children. Let children figure that shit out on their own. Once they get into, you know, high school and college, they're gonna question their. By that time, they have pretty much figured out what they're going to do with their life. You know, and I have seen boys and girls, you know, as young. It's a natural thing. It's a natural order for kids to. They don't know sexuality. They don't care about it. They don't know. But they do know gender. And they... Oh, we gotta slow down. Oh, shit. Okay. Slow down. Let's do 5 miles an hour in a 70 mile an hour zone. Yeah, that's a great idea. They will already adjust themselves and categorize themselves. Boys will play with boys, girls will play with girls, right? Boys are icky, girls are stinky, right? Or girls are icky, boys are stinky, right? What's the saying? You know, what's a boy made of? Snakes and snails and puppy dog tails. That's pretty accurate. And then what are girls made out of? Sugar and spice and everything nice. It's pretty damn accurate, right? And the girls don't want to be bothered by little boys running around, you know, eating snails and playing with snakes and, you know, whatever. No, I mean, some girls might. That's fine. But for the majority, girls are, you know, going to play with dolls and boys are going to play with Tonka trucks. They already, like, categorize themselves that way. And imagination and play, that happens, you know. You know, a boy, you know, could be a princess one day and then a astronaut the next. I mean, they're just going to play, right? Same thing with a girl. Girl be like, I'm Incredible Hulk today. Next day, I'm a Disney princess. That's fine. That's fine. That's how we learn. As kids, that's how we learn. But once I've seen this, like when they started to come for the kids in the schools with the indoctrination, with you had all these Rainbow Coalition teachers, you know, and they're encouraging and grooming our children. There was pushback from the children. They're like, this is stupid. I don't want to know. My pronouns are me, I, boy. That's girl. There's no in between. It's a very sensible, intelligent thing to come to that conclusion. To assume that there's 23 genders is mental illness. And it's played off. It's sold. This is a selling point. They sell it. And it's the subjective lifestyle. You can do whatever you want to be. You can be whoever you want to be. No. The real world is objective. Things are real here. In the real world. When you start living in a subjective world, imposing a subjective view or thought into an objective world, you're either doing it on purpose and it's vindictive, or you have a mental illness and you're crazy. That is the truth. Right? I don't care. I mean, you want to be gay, be gay. You want to be a homosexual, be a homosexual. It's going to happen, right? You know, $20 is $20, right? The kids are off limits. And like I said before, there were consequences to that shit. Just saying. Now, not so much. So the pink pill's real. The indoctrination in our schools, the grooming, because anyone that follows that Rainbow Coalition flag is also condoning pedophilia, MAPS, minor attracted persons. Anyone that's okay with that is fucked up and needs to be burnt with that flag. Just saying. Theoretically. In their mind. Oh, you okay? Because they've been indoctrinated. They took the pink pill. And there was no one behind them. Their fathers, their mothers, their friends, their relatives, their entertainment, their music that told them it's okay not to be gay. It's okay to not be okay with that lifestyle. Religion, right? That's where a lot of our morals come from. Morals and virtues. How many times have you seen a Christian-based church with the rainbow flag? All are welcome here. That, my friend, is an abomination and not Christianity. I don't care what you say. That is not Christianity. That is subversion. And I'm not a religious person. Well, I am a religious person. I just don't claim any religion. I say I claim them all. I study them all. I claim them all. And I have a big, big problem with heretics, hypocrisy. It's probably why I don't associate with any kind of mainstream religion. I understand it. I understand it all too well. So yeah, those churches, their selling point is they're trying to get more tidings. Yeah, they're trying to get more tidings. They're trying to get richer, and they're trying to cash in on the homosexuals. What does that say about the virtues of that congregation? And there's probably congregations that are like, I don't agree with this, but hey, we got a swimming pool out of the deal, so that's cool. Right? Pastor slipped me $200. Okay. All right. The entertainment industry, all the animes. Good Lord, the anime. Everybody is an anime character, right? Maybe that's where this furry thing comes from. I don't know. Everybody's an anime character. And look at all the anime characters. The women, the female characters in anime, they're all badass. They're sexy, they're feminine, they're girlish. You could almost say they're like, very girly, right? Like young girl. So I can get some grooming vibes from that. Same thing from the boy side, from the male characters. But they're badass. They kick ass, they got superpowers, and they take no shit. They're effeminate, but they have a lot of male qualities. Whereas you see the male characters in anime, they're very boyish, they're very effeminate. They're very sensitive to your needs. I'm sensitive. Jesus Christ. I can't. Anyway. They're very effeminate. And they're grooming, right? It's once again, I get some grooming vibes from that. And you can get just about any anime character in any kind of costume. Cosplay is another one, right? And then of course the furries and whatever. But you can also get the waifu pillows. What is a waifu pillow? It's a fuck pillow. That's right. And so a lot of people, a lot of kids, that's their heroes. Yeah. How scary is that? Their hero is an effeminate boy that shoots beams out of his hands. Or girls. Your hero is well, could be either and or. It blurs the lines. And it promotes the gender bending in our kids. Studies have been done. Don't take my word on it. Check it out. I can't quote them either. I just read this shit. The pink pill is real. The pink pill is real. And it's happening to our children. That should disturb you. That should enrage you. That should inspire and motivate people to take action, especially mommies and daddies. But you know what? There's mommies and daddies that are all about that alternative lifestyle. And I'll talk about that too. I was thinking about that. I was like, you know what? Okay. 2 daddies, 2 moms. Okay, great. 2 daddies, 2 moms. They got kids. That complicates things. Because they have a mental illness and they have kids and they're projecting that mental illness onto their kids and their political views as well. I mean, that's fine. I mean, believe what you want. Like I said before, it's a mental illness and it's ignorance, lack of intelligence. But anyway, daddy and daddy insist on being daddy and daddy. Even maybe one's effeminate, maybe one's tranny. I don't know. But kids are like, they know what daddy and daddy do. Just, I mean, appalling to see two guys kissing is a very unnatural thing, right? For a kid. So, kids are gonna have problems with daddy and daddy. And here's the part that I got in, that I realized. Mommy and mommy are super. One might be effeminate, one might be masculine. Doesn't matter. They're still women, and women are amazing at raising children. Now you got times 2. So I'd rather see 2 women raising children than 2 men raising children, because a woman is very nurturing. Women, y'all have special powers, right? A mother's love. There's nothing else like a mother's love. A love like no other. It cannot be duplicated. A father's love is a father's love. It's a different thing. It's teaching your kids. It's there's not a lot of nurturing and whatever. Yeah, it's a nurturing kind of thing, but it's different, right? Like, hey, son, come with me. Let's fix the car. We're going to get dirty. We're going to go fishing. I'm going to teach you how to do math. I'm going to teach you how to do things. I'm going to teach you ethics and morals and virtues. I'm going to teach you how to be a gentleman. I'm going to teach you things. I'm going to show you things. I'm going to teach you how to box. I'm going to teach you how to shoot. I'm going to teach you how to be a man. A woman gives love. Just pure, unadulterated love. Nurturing, understanding. They can be fierce, though. I mean, moms can be fierce. But when 2 men living together, 2 daddies, there's no motherly love. Even if they try to mimic it, they can't pull it off. Men, we just can't do it. And it's essential for a kid to have both a father's love and input, and a mother's love and input. And the weird thing is, if it's a boy or a girl, a boy will find a father figure if there's no father present, whether it be their teacher, their coach, right, an uncle, maybe even big brother, gangs. They resort to gangs. They resort to things like that. Females are kind of like, they're kind of like cats. But a girl still needs that fatherly love and motherly love. Of course, they foster their own nurturing mother instincts, which is innate in all women. they still need that tough love side of father. Daddy issues, right? Turning into strippers or whatever. They still need that grounding, that great protector, that great provider, that stoic father figure in their life. Men, we'll just find it somewhere. And eventually it fosters in ourselves, right? But to destroy the paradigm like that, coming for your kids from parents, it's abominations. And you release abominations onto society, it destroys the society. It's everywhere. Even though it's still the fringe. The majority of people in this world are heterosexual. But they're trying really, really hard to induce that pink pill. Because it destroys a nation. It destroys a people. Makes them ripe for destruction. It does. Look at history. The hedonistic world of Rome. They didn't foster. Hell, they fucking they studied this. They stole everybody else's religions and practiced it on their own. There was so much homosexuality going on. Pompeii. Oh my God! If you ever been to Pompeii, right? There's a reason why there's a red light district and a blue light district. I think it came from Pompeii. You know, you into boys, you go over there. You into girls, you go over there. Right? It's you like dick, it's over there. You like pussy, it's over there. Yeah, it was there anyway. But look at the fall of Rome. It happened. Sodom and Gomorrah. We know that story. Right? It does destroy a nation. It was actually used throughout history to quell rebellions. Once again, I don't know some kind of, I don't know, I want to say it was a Byzantine empire, or it was like a Tsar empire, one of these great empires, right? And the natives were getting restless. The peasants were the peasants were like, fuck this, let's pull out the guillotines, bro. Let's go. Let's get Frankenstein on these motherfuckers. You know, torches and pickaxes, right? Or pitchforks. Let's go. And so, what the royalty did was pretty ingenious, and it worked. They had a lot of strong men. That's the thing. You need strong men in a society. Men that are strong. Men that are tough. Men that are not afraid to fight. Men that are not afraid to die and fight. Hence, we got one of the greatest militaries in the world because of that. We almost lost it through the Biden years. Drag queens on fucking ships. Oh my God. Yeah, I heard it somewhere. What was it? Yeah, you had people joining the military just to get a sex change. What the fuck? Anyway, so what they did to quell this rebellion, which was they hired theatrical, they hired actors to go out into society and openly be gay. They would inundate bars with drag queens, very convincing, and sexually, hookers everywhere. They promoted, they sold, like at these theatrical plays, they sold lacy things and makeup for men, and they promoted it. They promoted homosexuality. They promoted the effeminate man. They changed the fashion. They changed the music. They changed the theater. They outlawed things like fencing, boxing, right? Sports, and they started to change the actual male culture. And it worked. They quelled the rebellion. The real men were like, what the fuck? Out of here. Let's go. See ya. Sayonara. fuck this dumb shit. Let's go, family. We're moving to fucking somewhere else. I don't know. Let's migrate, right? Everybody else was just stuck there in this gayness. This brave new world. Get the hint? The pink pill is real and it's been around for a long time. And it's very dangerous. I see it everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. Look around you. When you drive around your town, city, it's everywhere. There's flags everywhere. There's more murals and paintings on the walls. People are wearing stickers on they're putting stickers, gay stickers on their cars, on their vehicles. Virtue signaling. Bringing them out that saying, I took the pink pill. And it's not like it was before. In the old days. Being gay was promiscuous. They promoted promiscuous to be promiscuous, right? Gay people were promiscuous. It was like a lifestyle, a sexual preference. So that's where AIDS came from. Like, oh look, we got a lot of gays that are, having promiscuous sex, hiding, and doing, unnatural things to each other. Boom, AIDS. Take care of that problem. It didn't really, but now we have AIDS. AIDS! AIDS, AIDS, AIDS! Everybody's got AIDS! No. COVID-AIDS. I forgot my point. Damn it. Anyway, now, yes, I got it. Here's something that's really fucking interesting. Back then, a flamer, a fierce gay, he would, a Bruce Mercury type kind of guy, right? Proud homosexual. What do they call it? The Stonewall, yeah, the Stonewall people, right? They'll fight for their right to be gay. Okay, that's great. And they just want to be gay. They just want to be left alone and just be gay. And they want to just be promiscuous. And there's parties, whatever, right? Gay bars. I want to take you to a gay bar. Song. Crazy video. Anyway. They're not promoting it. They're not shoving it down your throat. Pun intended. Now we have a different kind of homosexual. One that is so mentally disturbed that they don't even want to have sex. They just want to live the lifestyle. Because they're afraid of relationships with people and they're afraid of conflict. And they don't have conflict resolution. Because all that was quelled back in their early days as a child in school, in the indoctrination camps. Because you got to be tolerant of everyone. School is one of the most brutal places in the world. That's where you learn how to fight. That's how you learn how to insult people. Oh man, the insults I used to, get and receive or dish out, fucking epic. Oh my god. Name calling. And if it went to blows, it went to blows. Right? You learn how to be tough. You learn how to be witty. You learn how to be clever. Or you learn how to be fast. Or you learn how to fight. Right? All those things, right? Conflict resolution. These kids don't learn that shit. They don't get that. They don't get that. So when you see some, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to pick on people, but man, how many incels do I see? I see so many incels. Just fat estrogen fucking massive estrogen bodies, males that are just, all they want to do is is dress the part and take hormones and play fucking video games. I don't know what they, whatever the case may be, right? But they don't want the sex part because it scares them. The whole interaction with people, because people suck. Well, not for them. They gets no action. They don't get none. Because they're afraid. Absolutely afraid. The incels. And once again, the pink pill, it depopulates. That incel's never going to have kids. That tranny's never going to have kids. That trone's never going to have kids. That furry's never going to have kids. They might. Maybe a few. So the depopulation, the pink pill, it's pretty insidious. I had some other things I wanted to talk about it, but I'm at home now. And I'm tired, hungry, and poor. And I stink. So I thank you all for hanging out with me. Another Zoot report. And yeah. Nope. This side. What? There it is. Okay. This has been my shot.